escape from the team called the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, there I am. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Friday, November the 1st. We've made it here to another month of action, and we're ready to roll here on a big sports weekend. Get you ready here on a Friday for all the action, including tonight's card here and a day game in the NHL. They've traveled over there to Finland, I think, today to have the Panthers take on the Stars in a little afternoon tilt here in the U.S. And we'll also preview the rest of the NHL card, NBA. There's college football tonight, including my San Diego State Aztecs in action against Ashton Genty and Boise State. And we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about in the chat as we get ready for the weekend. But also want to let everyone know today we got some special coverage here on the Sports Money Network. I will be joined by Keith Each Every Stride, and Mike Money will stop in as well, as we will be here live for the entire card today and tomorrow for the Breeders' Cup World Championships at Del Mar. Horse racing action here of the highest level. I saw Mikey sent out a tweet that said, join us here on the Sports Money Network for our coverage. And then I saw our good buddy Razor, and he said, why can't I get you guys to always come on my... I was going to say, hey, I only do $1 million races, okay? I only come on the air when the purse is $1 million or more. So I'll be with Keith Each Every Stride, Mike Money as well for the next 2 days for all those $1 million races from Del Mar. There are 5 of them today. We'll be here at 5:45 Eastern, 2:45 Pacific. 5 races today, 9 tomorrow, right smack in the middle of the college football card. But this is the World Championships of Thoroughbred Racing, sort of. We know that some of the races are dominated by American horses, and some of the races are kind of dominated by the foreign entries. So we'll go over it today, each and every race with Each Every Stride, Keith and Mike. Today's special coverage. Please join me here on the Sports Money Network. Want to say hello to everybody in the chat as we get ready to roll with our coverage. And how about last night? The Jets over the Texans, 21-13. I whiffed. I struck out on this one for sure. I didn't see the Jets. I don't know. They didn't look very good. Everyone's talking like, man, Rodgers caught fire, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Wasn't impressed. 21-13. Jets get the win, snap that 5-game losing streak. They needed it here as they pick up their 3rd win, and the Texans fall, I believe, to 6-3. So Wilson, good performance, 9 passes for 90 yards. We talked about Wilson yesterday in a good spot there, and certainly he was the star with that catch. 2 touchdowns, one-handed catch, incredible. Houston led 7-0 at halftime with that late score, but Texans can't get it going in the second half, whatever this team is doing. They've only scored 15 points in the last 3 weeks. And Stroud, 11 of 31, sacked 8 times. We said he's definitely just middle of the road right now. I think he's great. But right now he's not looking that great. So we'll see if it's just a sophomore slump here, or are they, giving him what he needs here a little bit. Hope you caught me last night with the guys across the street. I remember because Billy Briz said, let him cook, let him cook. But 11 of 31, not going to get it done. Jets would have scored in the first half if we're not doing that thing where we drop the ball. When are we going to learn about this? I mean, we see it. Seems like every year someone does it again. So, anyways, Jets win it last night over the Texans in and under. I didn't have it right there yesterday. As I basically said, I don't have any good. I just thought maybe it would, and maybe it should have been closer to an over the way those touchdowns were called back. No excuses here. You guys, some of you certainly had the Jets in the chat yesterday, so great job on you guys. Like I said, handicappers, I felt were all over the Jets here yesterday, so good on them. Jets get it done. I'm sure they'll turn it around and make the playoffs and have a great season, but it really doesn't look like it. All right. Also, yesterday we had a couple of winners here on the with my premium picks anyway. With the Tulane Green Wave as he dominated against Charlotte. They're what was it, 34-7? I don't know. I lost track in that one as we gave you Tulane and the under yesterday on the show. And hey, our BCS, our FCS pick on the under in North Carolina Central, South Carolina State did come through there yesterday in a 24-21 finish. We did have Central here on the show, but we did have our premium pick winner on the under there in the big game in the MEAC yesterday. If anybody's kind of into that sort of thing, like I am, NBA action, we went 2-1 with our premiums yesterday. Premium pick winners: Milwaukee Bucks, Memphis Grizzlies game to go under. We also had the Grizzlies here yesterday on the show. We also had the Rockets yesterday as our premium pick winner over the Mavericks. Did a nice job there on the road. In the NHL last night, a little bit of a mixed bag here, but so we did have a few winners, including Seattle and Toronto game under with our premiums. Also, Anaheim and Pittsburgh under premium winner yesterday. But we're looking for winners here on a hockey card. We got 9 in the NBA, 6 in the NHL, and those 3 college football games. I guess 4. Well, maybe we'll mention the Yale and Columbia Ivy League game today, since we'll love our football action. All right. Let me say hello to some folks in the chat here and see who showed up on a Friday for our big day of coverage here with Thomas was here to open the doors here. Joe is here. Good morning to Joe. Yeah, we're just underway. I've really only focused my tennis attention today on the ATP Masters quarterfinals here right now, just underway with Zverev and Tsitsipas. I did take Stefanos here plus a couple of games. I think it was plus 2.5 games as my pick. You can catch my picks over at the Winnable app right now for today's tennis action. I have 2 more plays in the afternoon session today, so it's still several hours away on my other picks here, but we're in action a little bit underway with Masters action from Paris. Have been some nice matches here on the women's side. I just watched Schneider over Lemons here. Took her 3 sets to rally there. So good day of tennis action as well. And also don't forget a little bit of international soccer. It's Major League Soccer action tonight, back in the playoffs here with Orlando at Charlotte, Galaxy at Colorado as we continue to move on. A little bit of Friday action as well, no doubt about it, with the international action here with a game in La Liga. We've got one in the Bundesliga. We got a couple in France as well. And there's action from Mexico tonight, including my Tijuana Xolos in action against Tigres. America and Mazatlan and Querétaro hosting Juarez. All right. Robert McCormick is here as well. Hey, everyone, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money Network, here on YouTube. That's my right-hand man, my Ed McMahon. He's Thomas Lewis, and he keeps track of our consensus plays and reminds me to tell everyone to hit the thumbs up here and like our growing channel here, Sports Money Network. Sancho's here today, and he's on a roll here, it sounds like. Keep it going to Sancho. Ronnie Young joining us in the chat. And also, let's see who else. Sancho here. Markel is here. Good morning. And who else we got? Justin is here. He made it early here. All right. Markel there in the chat. Patrick as well. Hello. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Patrick, as well. And I think that's it from the regulars here. Oh, no, I missed a few more here. Let me keep going here. I've got a few more to say hello to. Public Enemy as well here today. M. Looks is stopping by. Good morning. All right, we're going to little preview here of my Ava. Hello, let's roll. Let's get it. All right. Hey, don't forget, gang, I've got picks up over at the Winnable app today. I'm going to have a pretty nice card here, I would imagine, with today's NBA card. Also, college football will be heavily active and NHL as well. So please check me out over at Winnable. This is how you can support me here on the show. I do have a free subscription over there with picks, including those tennis picks from later on this afternoon and more as well. We'll have plenty of picks throughout the weekend here with the Winnable app. This is how you can keep in touch with me. Every morning I'm here giving out a bunch of plays, a lot of plays, I know, but really we just preview the card and I give you my best opinion at the time, or I guess sometimes my second best opinion, because my best picks are over at the Winnable app. And you can subscribe for just $20 a month, 67 cents a day will get you more than a handful of plays from me. You can play them all. You can play a few of them, just see what I'm on. It keeps you in the action in case you have any, trepidation or decision making in your process. You can kind of see how I'm feeling as well. You can just roll with me or just take my opinion, but I'm going to give it to you. Ramon going to give it to you on X. Going to give it to you. So check me out over at the Winnable app. You can set your notifications for when I send those out. Usually the premium picks 1 to 2 hours before the games give me a little bit of a chance anyway. And the free picks as well, sometimes within the last hour on some of those. We'll try to step it up here this weekend with a big college football card, NFL, everything going on, including that exciting Breeders' Cup action. I think it's going to be thrilling today at my home track of Del Mar, where the turf meets the surf. I've been there so many times. Used to even have a summer job there about 20 years ago in the TV truck. That was fun. Probably should have kept that job, and well, maybe I wouldn't be. Probably should have kept that job in the TV truck. That was pretty good, but I've had a few good careers here too. So, also, Trevor Denman would used to call down there in the truck, and I was the guy who answered the phone. Get Trevor Denman on the line after every race. Okay, let's see. We got a few more people here, there. And let's take a look. Hey, okay, Ava, I'm glad it worked out. Yeah, it should work pretty good. I mean, this Winnable app, it's no fluke. I mean, these guys have a real website here for sure with a great e-commerce platform. So I'm sure there might have been just a few things getting in the way or something, but if there's anything I can do, let me reach out. When you subscribe, you get my email and phone, I think. So no problem. I want to help everybody out. It's no problem off of me. You guys are supporters. That's what it's all about. So Joe Alvarado here. Thank you as well. Ready to get going here today. Tom is going to get a career. This is your career. This is our job right now, Thomas, you and me right here on the morning steam. All right. Going to try to preview all the games here right now for today. I found this card to be one of the toughest of this so far the NBA season. I found this card to be probably the toughest so far. The hockey seemed pretty tough. It seemed like a tough card actually today. So let's try to give out a few winners and see what you guys have today. No consensus. I was going to report on the consensus here today. One piece of news we saw, I'd say the biggest news overnight here has been unfortunate that Paolo Banchero, who, man, we talked about Banchero looking like one of the best players in the league for sure so far for the Magic, and they do play today, but Banchero is going to miss. It looks like right now they're kind of listing it day to day, but 3 to 4 weeks here with a pretty serious injury. I think it was an oblique. So we're going to have Banchero missing action here, and he's looked absolutely terrific. He's looked like certainly one of the best players in the league so far. So, all right, let's get rolling here with the plays today. Well, I guess we'll start it here. Let me see how I have this lined up here right now today. I guess we got NBA first, if you don't mind, followed by NHL and college football. So I think we'll be here for 90 minutes or more here today as we preview some of the games and keep you updated on any Steam moves that come in. In fact, interestingly, just as I was about to go on the air here, the Orlando Magic was getting steamed. So I know Banchero's not back or anything, maybe just a little bit too high of a number here with Cleveland, but Orlando did take a little bit of steam here just as we were coming on the air. So maybe the Cavs were a tad overrated in their spread. Who knows what they were thinking there, but we'll preview it and see what's going on with that. All right, looking forward to that today with that Breeders' Cup action, though. I'll tell you. So please join me especially if you're a horse racing fan. There'll be plenty of sophisticated talk. I'll be there and giving out my knowledge. I mean, I don't follow the game as closely as I used to. We know horse racing has its own set of struggles here, but this is the biggest event that they put on certainly each year. In fact, for some folks, I mean, even though the Breeders' Cup has been around for I don't know, 40 years or so, people still think of the Triple Crown races, and and why not? I mean, those races have been around over 100 years, but the Breeders' Cup certainly, the big money ticket here and the biggest races. They've got a $5 million race tomorrow, a $7 million race as well. So it's huge. It's big time action, and it's out at my favorite place, Del Mar. All right, let's roll with the coverage here today. Let me say hello to just a few more folks. Justin says he's ready to play that afternoon hockey game. Let's go. All right. First up, we're going to go right to it here. The Celtics on the road against the Hornets. Here in this one, you've got the Hornets, a 10.5 point underdog, mostly 11, I guess. I just saw a 10.5 pop up here on the screen. So maybe the Hornets are taking a little bit of attention from the betting public here early. I know the tickets look like they're going to be heavy on the over here in this one with the Celtics and the Hornets. Just a matter of maybe what's my motivation if you're the Celtics here right now. Talked about them take no prisoners kind of attitude here at this point with this great start for the Celtics anyway. And let me call up the action here, call up the information, and get ready to roll with you guys. All right, Boston coming in 4-1 straight up. The Hornets are 2-2 so far this season. Boston 3-2 against the spread. The Hornets 2-2, but so far the Hornets are 0-2 against the spread at home. Celtics just 1-2 against the spread on the road. And you're laying a pretty big number here, obviously, at 11. So what do you guys think about this one with the Celtics on the road? Can they have the motivation to cover double digits? Can they do it with just a modest effort here in this one? Looking at some of the matchups in this game today with Boston here. take a look at the personnel a little bit and see how it matches up. For the Hornets, certainly difficult task going up against these guys in the front court. Boston defensively, that is where their strength lies. It feels like to me right now in that front court. I think it can be a strong performance here for Boston. I'd be on Brown and Holiday as my favorite prop players for Boston. I'm not fading necessarily anybody here on Boston today. For the Hornets, in this one, LaMelo Ball certainly looking great here right now, man. He is superseding his expectations here most of the season. Last game, maybe not so much, 19 points, but just 7 of 20 shooting off of that hot start. Maybe Ball has ticked down here a little bit. I'd probably have the fade train on all of the front court players in this one on the Hornets. So maybe I could reach down and still want to lay 11 points here. Go ahead, chat, if you have some plays in this one with the Hornets and the Celtics. So far, we've seen Boston go 2-1 to the over on the road. Charlotte 1-2 to the under as an underdog so far, but that number, man, pretty high. 231, 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over right now. Boston dominates the series, no surprise here, having won 8 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams. But against the spread, a little bit different here of late. Let's see what you guys have. And I'm looking in the chat, see where I left off. Here we go. I'm going to start it off with Ava did say that these Celtics games with these high numbers do seem to trend under right now.
Final.
Look at the games so far with Boston. The 236 game against Indy did go over, but the Milwaukee game certainly went under. The game against the Wizards went under as well as a 230 performance. So, all right. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Thomas says, give me the Boston team total over here. And Jermaine likes Tatum in his shooting prop here over in his points and his 3-pointers in this one. I think I'm neutral on Tatum. Got to see the numbers, but all right. Celtics to cover here for Terrell. Robert says, give me the Celtics first half over. And Jermaine, I think, is leaning over. Fernando figures it's probably a little bit too high here in this one. See anything else here? Jermaine has I'm on this one for sure, I would think. Wait, Miles Bridges under. I'm on Miles Bridges under for sure in his matchup. And Brown over. That sounds just fine to me. And Jermaine pointing out some statistics here in this one. All right, I think Hauser, let me see. There are a couple of injuries of note here. Hauser, though, back to probable here right now. Brandon Miller still questionable. All right, I'm going to take a real quick look here at some of the market moves in this one. Man, I'll tell you what, heavy under here so far from the Sharps, but I'm not so sure. I feel like this one's going to be ticketed for the over. I respect what Abe was saying with that 230, but give me I got to go over here in this one with the Celtics and the Hornets. Pretty big number. I wouldn't use it probably as a premium here today at 231.5. I'm going to go over. That's pretty square. So I think the Sharpies are definitely on the under here, the way I'm looking at it. I'm showing sharp moves on the under here, far outnumbering the moves on the over. In fact, I'm showing it right now. Maybe like 8-3 here right now, maybe 75% 3% of the moves coming in on the under. It hasn't really affected the number too much. I mean, we've been hanging around between 231 and 233, it feels like here today. So I'll try the over, however. All right, let's move on, see if we get some closer spreads here anyway. The Knickerbockers on the road, taking on the Pistons. The Knicks favorite here by 6.5, and the total is down here to 216. The widely reported steam came in on the over, but this one is headed lower right now at 216. So what gives here in this one with the Knicks and the Patriots, the Pistons? All right, let's take a look here at some of the numbers of these two and maybe the personnel matchups with the Knicks. Great matchups here for sure for Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart. Got to take a look at the injury report for sure here in this one. Cat is questionable. He's averaging 22.5 points a game so far here for the Knicks, but he does have a questionable tag here today, right now. We'll see if Cat can make the game here. Achua, he's still out with a hamstring injury. So a little bit of concerns here for the Knicks. Favored here by 6.5. This one definitely opened higher. The move is definitely on the Pistons here today. Whoops. All right, you guys can start to chime in here a little bit on this one. The Knicks have won 5 straight times here in Detroit right now. Also, 5 straight meetings. They also won some home games here. They actually lost a home game a few back, but 5 straight wins right now for New York against Detroit. 5 straight wins here for New York at Detroit as well. So total's gone under in 5 of the last 7 meetings of these two teams have met in Detroit. So let's see what you guys have so far in this one. You have a Detroit team coming in. They've definitely been able to cover some numbers here so far, 3-2 against the spread. The Knicks are 2-1 against the spread as a favorite so far. Detroit's been a solid under so far this season, one of the strongest unders so far at 1-4 to the under. We'll note the Knicks are 1-2 to the under as a favorite, but 2-0 to the over on the road so far. So there's your contrast there a little bit. See what you guys have here, maybe in this one with the Knicks and the Pistons here. Like I said, the move on the Pistons for sure so far. Sharps are favoring the Pistons here by about a 2-1 margin. And also maybe they're just shading here the total under right now. But let's see what you guys have in the chat. Like I said, I thought this card was tough. All right. And Thomas will start it off. He's got the Knicks here. And Jermaine says he does not like Cat's chances to come in right now with that injury. Good morning to our Toms here today as we just got started on the baskets. Robert is on the Pistons here in this one. And Public Enemy also on the Pistons. And look at this. Terrell says Patrick Ewing, Cat's already maybe a little bit of a different era, but also, I don't know, Patrick did a few other things on the court too, we think. All right. And Robert says he also likes the under here in this one. That's where I'm going, actually. I'm going to respect the move here. Look, the steam came in over. The move is on the under. I'm going to trust the move here a little bit. It feels like I'm going to go under in this one. Now, let me update my sheet here at 216. I've missed out on a little bit of action, it feels like here. So give me the under with the Knicks and the Pistons here tonight. Like I said, Pistons so far heavy under in 4 of their 5 games. And we'll say at home, they played 2 home games and they went 1-1. Our Tom's on the under here as well. So I'll take them too. Give me the under with the Knicks and the Pistons. All right, gang. you guys will help me out, get me on some good winners here. So we did have some winners on the show here yesterday for sure. We had Memphis. Uh, remember here on the show yesterday, we also had the Rockets and the Mavericks game to go under. And that certainly did yesterday as well. All right, next up here we got the Madge oh, Magic and Cavalier. What was I thinking here this morning? Maybe I was a little yeah, spent a little few minutes, spent more than a few hours looking at those horses. So, uh, I grabbed a little sleepy time. Usually, this is my heavy sleep day, but I'm going to be ready for this because the weekends are so wild. But all right, Magic and Cavaliers here. Cavaliers at home, favored by 7.5, maybe even 8 right now. In fact, we're seeing 8s across the board. Let's update that. Definitely a move here to the Cavs, and the total, yeah, 217.5 looks pretty good here at this point with the Cavs at home. This is the ESPN game today, but I bet they didn't want Banchero to be out because he would have been the major talking point for sure here. Hey, there's no doubt who the best team right now, at least against the spread. Well, and overall, the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're the best team right now here. Maybe the Thunder too, but the Cavs are 5-0. 5-0 against the spread so far. They've been just absolutely terrific. No doubt about it so far. So what are you going to do today when they have to lay 8 here to the Madge? Look at this one. I got heavy prop action here on Spider Mitchell for sure. He's my main guy on the Cavaliers here today. For Orlando, I'm probably on the fade train for sure. Here a little bit, man. The Cavs are really terrific defensively. The widely reported steam, as I said, came in on Orlando, came in on the under. But is that really the way this one is going to go? Orlando's gone over in 4 of their 5 games so far. Cleveland, yes, great defense, but they're also playing well on the offensive end. They've gone over in 3 of their 4 games as a favorite here. 3 of their 5 overall have gone over, but I just think it is interesting that 3-1 to the over as a favorite. The Magic, for all their overs, are 2-0 to the over as an underdog. And we'll mention, let's see here. Let's just go to the chat and see what you guys have in this one. Who did I have on the Cavs? A little bit of tough matchup against some of the Magic. Oh, let me take a look. Also, another injury here, maybe here, or let me check the status of Wagner. He is questionable with an illness here for Franz Wagner. So Greg Porter, he's doubtful with a thumb injury. And we know Max Strus is going to be out for a while with that ankle injury. Okay, let's see what you have here with the Magic taking on the Cavaliers. We're talking about cash back with Thomas. He's got the Cavaliers here in this one. Jermaine says he'll take care of us on the props. Appreciate that. And I was pretty hot on those NFL props last night over there on the show. Did a pretty good job with the guys and had Garrett Wilson over. I had Tank Dell over. I had Mike Williams under there. The live coverage on that show last night. Want to thank Philly Eagle Flyer here for a bunch of soccer action in the chat. Maybe you want to take a snapshot of that as well. Just appreciate that. I think I have a little bit of a soccer card here maybe this afternoon. We'll see. I think I'm prepped enough for that horse racing coverage. And let's see here. Terrell says it's a good matchup here. Magic matchup well with the Cavs, and they'll cover easy. I think that's a support for the Magic. And remember, we do have, Banchero out here, but still a decent number. Maybe the Madge still got a pretty decent lineup here, even without Banchero, but just feels like tough, man. Tough for Suggs tough for Wendell Carter. Uh, Wagner, if he's good to go, should be in a pretty good matchup, it feels like. But and also, Evan Mobley, he's looked good for sure, but I'm not sure what's going on with him a little bit defensively so far. He should be better. I don't know if he's, I'm sure he's healthy. He's out there. He's performing well, but doesn't look like he's quite showing the jump, if you will, the step. Okay, let's see. I'm looking for the plays here. Our Tomps is on the Magic here in this one, plus the points. That's where the steam came in. And let's see here. Public Enemy on the Cavs in this one. Maybe take a couple of points off there. Thomas here. Let's see. Oh, Robert McCormick here is on the over in this one. I'm going to lay it with the Cavs on the show. And okay, I think that's it for you guys on this one. I'm going to take the Cavs here in this one. I've got to lay those extra points here. It feels like a little bit, but showing handicappers so far, about 80% that I've seen are on the Cavaliers. I am too. Going to have to lay a little bit extra here. They're on a roll. Can they keep it up here tonight against the Magic in the nationally televised game? I'll take the Cavs. Okay, next up here now is going to be the Kings on the road, taking on the Hawks and the Kings, a road favorite, 6.5, and the total, just 239.5 for those of you keeping score at home. We'll call it 238 here. Maybe just a little, maybe it was a little too high, but still 238, expecting some big numbers here, I guess, with Sacramento coming in 2-2 straight up, and Atlanta 2-3 straight up so far this season against the spread. Maybe the Kings have fared a little bit better. They are 1-0-1 against the spread as a favorite so far. Atlanta, well, we know they're 2-3. They haven't been great as a favorite or in general. They're 0-5 so far against the spread. Are the Hawks, including 0-3 so far at home? It's been all whoever's playing the Hawks. It feels like so far. Hawks are 5-0 to the over. So if it says anything here in this one, right? Hawks not playing a lick of defense. That's why you're looking at a 239 here right now in this one. So you got to figure you got to turn it up here a little bit for some of these Sacramento players today. I don't know if I'm going to be on their props necessarily here. Maybe there's a little bit of give here, a little bit of give back with that total ticking down by a point so far. But man, the Hawks have not really impressed, in my opinion. And they got tough matchups for sure, even for Trae Young, even for Capella, Ricochet. You guys told me about his successes so far. I've been impressed so far with Ricochet, but this is going to be, it feels like, a tough matchup for him as well. There are plenty of Atlanta Hawks names on that injury list. Now, I don't think they're very impactful names, but you still are missing Cody Zeller, DeAndre Hunter, Dyson Daniels. They're all out of this game. We know some other guys have been out for a while as well. Orlando Robinson out for Sacramento in this one, but let's see what you guys want to do here with Sacramento on the road against the Hawks and see how this one goes. 5 straight meetings between these two teams in Atlanta have gone under. That's a 2.5 year sample size, but nonetheless, when these two teams have hooked up, it has gone under for some reason. The steam came in on the over here, but again, the move is on the under. So whatever those sharps are doing, it hasn't really affected the books, it feels like so far. All right, let's get it going in the chat. I'll see what you guys have in this one. It feels like they were laying it early and they're taking it late, but what do you have? Sacramento on the road, a little bit of a big number here. And looks like a lot of opinions here. Let me get it going. Hello to AOD. Hello, my friend. Thank you for being here today. All right, Thomas will start us off with the Sacramento Kings. I think I might be Justin here. He's got DeAndre Fox with the prop over in his assists here today. Thomas also likes the over in the game. And Justin also DeMar DeRozan to go over here. Fernando likes the over in this one. And both team totals over for Jermaine. Public Enemy likes the over. Art Tomps likes the over. All right, a lot of over action. I'm with you. I'm with you, fam, for sure. In this one. All right. Oh, back on the one Robert Franklin said that maybe that's why that steam came in on the Magic there, right? Because they'll step up their play. And look, I think the Magic got a pretty good team. Yeah, you need Bancaro for them to be a team that can make the playoffs. I would think for sure. And Justin says he's already tired of the Hawks. And yeah, I mean, it's obvious, right? Not only not covering numbers. Look, they have a couple of wins, but obviously, as a favorite, they're no good, right? They're no good as a favorite, whatever they are. They 0-4 as a favorite so far. Actually, well, look at that, even though they're an underdog here. Yeah, boy. 0-4 against the spread as a favorite. They beat Charlotte as a 5.5 point favorite. They beat them by 5. They beat Brooklyn by 4 as a 7 point favorite. So it just shows you, just take a look, right? I mean, when you're 0-5 against the spread, even with a couple of wins, you just feel like, it's not looking that great. Robert Franklin says you got to take the Kings here right now with what's going on, and probably agree with that. All right. And there's some more DeRozan here a little bit. Hawks money line here as Markel, though, going to take the Hawks here to get the upset. And Thomas says the Kings are a consensus play. So, all right, I'll roll with the consensus here. How about it? I'll do that. Why not? I think I like the Kings. I don't mind Markel taking a shot with this underdog here right now, but I'm going to take the Kings and lay the points. I'm going to roll with the consensus here a little bit in this one. And Terrell, thank you for your information there. AOD says this will be 141, 131 over to Smash. All right, I think we got a good feel for this game. Thank you in the chat. From the chat all-stars, hello, stars. The Lakers will be on the road in Toronto here. Lakers come in 3-2. Toronto just 1-4 so far this season. Toronto has been pretty okay though against the spread, no doubt about it. They're 1-4 straight up, but 4-1 against the spread. So those are the kind of teams sometimes you like to be a little bit sneaky with when you're getting some points here. Thing is, the Lakers also have been doing a nice job here against the spread. These two teams are a combined 8-2 so far against the spread this season. Lakers just 1-1 against the spread on the road so far, and 0-2 straight up on the road. So I don't know if they'll necessarily get a number here against Toronto. They're not all that. We know that the Lakers aren't all that. I do certainly like the matchup for AD. He does wear an injury tag, I believe, in this game today. Probable with a hip injury. This is Anthony Davis. We're not going to worry about it. He'll probably be in there. I mean, he's turned into an Iron Man all of a sudden, Anthony Davis. All right. Let's see here. Koloko, will today be the day for Koloko? We wanted to see him get in there, but he's been cleared to play at this point. Jacoby Walter, questionable for Toronto. Quickly, still doubtful here. Olynyk out. Scotty Barnes out. So some concerns, no doubt, for the Raptors here on the injury front. Go ahead, chat, if you want to get involved here. I gotta like the front court here a little bit for Toronto against the Lakers with R.J. Barrett probably in a pretty good position here in this one against well, mostly LeBron and maybe a little Hachimura, but Jacob Podol also. I don't mind his matchup here with AD a little bit. I like Hachimura and I like AD here in this one. See what you guys have here with the Lakers and the Raptors. We've got some few trends here, I think, on this one as well. The last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Give me your opinions in the chat. I'll give you mine, and let's see what you have here with the Lakers on the road against the Raptors. All right. Here we go. Let me try to find them here. And thank you, Philly Eagle Flyer, for some more soccer action in the chat. There you go. Art Tomps does like the Lakers here in this one today. And Public Enemy also on the Lakers to keep it rolling here. I know the Raptors have looked bad, but they are covering numbers, fam. All right, let's see here. Sorry, I can't keep too much up on your guys' conversation. It does feel like an interesting conversation. Over here for Public Enemy. Yeah, it doesn't look like Barnes is going to make this one with that eye injury, Robert. All right. And I think that might be not much maybe from you guys. This one might be a little bit tough. Maybe you guys are feeling like what I felt there a little bit. But I'm going to take the over here in this one. You got a Toronto team that's gone over in 4 of 5 games so far. The Lakers have gone 2-0 to the over as a favorite so far this season. So I'm going to try the over here at 228 in this one. All right, next up here, we got the Bulls on the road taking on the Nets. The Bulls have been the one to take some widely reported steam here right now. So, all right, I get it. Here you got the Bulls coming in 3-2. The Nets are just 2-3 so far this season. Not going to hate on my Nets here so far. They've covered 4 out of the last 5 meetings here with the Chicago Bulls. A widely reported steam did come in on the Bulls here in this one. 11 of the last 14 meetings between these two teams have gone under, but you look at what these teams have kind of been up to so far. The Bulls are 3-0 to the over on the road so far. And the Nets, they might be trending over just a little bit here. Like I said, series history is on the under here, but let's see what you guys have here in this one. I think for me, at least personnel wise in this game with the Bulls on the road, I've got to like the matchups here for Giddy. It feels like for me is my favorite Bull today on the over props, and maybe Williams. I know he's low production, but probably in a good matchup against DFS and vice versa. DFS probably have a problem with Williams and that front court of the Bulls somewhat. I actually want to fade Kobe White here. What's Zach Levine's injury status today? Questionable with that shoulder injury here. Jalen Smith also questionable. We know Lonzo's going to be out with a wrist injury for the Nets here. They don't. I don't know if they're injured. Claxton probable. I don't think their injury report is quite significant enough to update. They've had a couple of longer term injuries here with Bogdanovich, certainly. All right, go ahead, chat, if you want to come in here with this one and tell me what you like with the Bulls and the Nets in Brooklyn. And I'll take a look at the chat here right now and see what you guys have. Started off with Justin here on the over in this one. Thomas likes the over as well. Jermaine says, "Give me a little Schroeder here." I got to agree with this one, Jermaine, for sure. I think the whole Nets backcourt for the most part. I think Cam Thomas as well. Uh, I think Johnson too here a little bit can have a good effort. He had that strong effort against Denver, the 20 points a couple of nights ago. I know they lost that game, but I think Cam Johnson also could have some pretty good matchup here. See what else we got. Let me see if I have the number. Justin said he thinks it opened as low as 221. Do I have the right line up here? Right now at 226. Yeah, that's a pretty big move for sure in this one. So maybe it's based, you think so far. Like I said, uh, Bulls definitely giving up some points here on the road right now. Brooklyn 4-1 so far against the spread. I think that's a pretty good note, pretty good sign. It feels like so far. So yeah, maybe that total's gone a little high. I do like it over, but no value. I agree right here. No value, at least on the. I agree with Public Enemy, at least on the total. Give me the total over here on the no value department because of that. A big 5-point move here. Maybe it did open a little bit lower at some books, but Circa opened at 221 and a half. Bet Online opened at mostly looking at 222, maybe the highest opener. Yeah, I'm showing some models had it pretty low. DraftKings had it listed open 215 and a half. So, but again, you got these two teams maybe not doing great defensively here. You got Thomas is on the over here, but our Thomas does like the under still. And I think with that number, with that move, that might be the value side for sure. I like it over, but I don't think there's any value. So I'm going to give it out as my free play here. If you can catch my drift on how I do things, I will say this: handicappers are uh, solid on the Bulls here. I don't know if I'm going with them. Robert says, "Give me the over in the first half." Robert Franklin, Bob McCormick says over first half. Robert Franklin says he'll take the over if Levine is in there. And they always say he's going to trade him, but win. Joseph, maybe on the Bulls here. Talk about those pace teams right now a little bit, right? All right. I think that does it for that one. We're moving on here with our quickly moving here. The NBA with the Pacers on the road, taking on the Pels here in New Orleans, Indiana, and both teams come in 2-3 so far in this one. The Pelicans are on a little bit of a losing streak here, I believe, 3 games in a row right now. Also, Pelicans just 1-4 against the spread overall. The Pacers are 3-2. The Pelicans did cover in their only home game so far this season, so there is that. It was the game against the Bulls. They won the opener 123-111 as a 5-point favorite, but haven't looked too good. It feels like since then. The steam came in here on the Pacers. The steam came in here on the over in this one. So let's see what the chat has to say here with this one between the Pacers and the Pelicans. Do have some injuries here to report as well. I think Miles Turner might have an injury tag here. Let's see. No, I don't. Yeah, he does. He's questionable with an ankle. Nemhard questionable with a knee injury for the Pelicans. DeJounte Murray still going to be out here right now. A few other injuries with Jordan Hawkins questionable, Misi's questionable. Interesting to see the center, how he'll develop. And Daniel Tice questionable with an ankle injury. Herb Jones is out. CJ McCollum is out. Trey Murphy's been out for a week. So definitely that's probably what's affecting the Pelicans and some of their woes here so far. Both teams are 3-2 to the over thus far. Pacers are 1-2 to the under on the road. I'll tell you what, handicappers are heavy on the under in this game. between the Pacers and the Pels. And they also favor the Pelicans, though, taking these points. Let's see what you guys have, if anything. It doesn't look like too much here so far. All right. Art Thompson, though, does like this one to go over. And Robert Franklin says, give me the Pacers in this one. I'm going to agree with that, and I'm going to take the Pacers to keep it going right now. I think it's a late 4.5. It feels like, and there's Robert McCormick also on the Pacers here, but I'm going to take the Pacers as well in this one and lay 4. Feels like 4.5 here right now, and that total at 232 is definitely down here by a few points. I'm showing 231.5 right now at Bovada. Oh boy, I do like this under, but it's getting away from me here. Probably going to be on the premiums though. Maybe they could steam it again over. I don't know. All right, let's go. Let's move on. I got my pick in. Thank you, chat. It's a good one here. Well, a good game here, I guess. Nuggets and Timberwolves. The Timberwolves are favored here by 4. Haven't they been watching Nikola Jokic so far here this season? Look, this guy does not stop here, right? I mean, look at his great seasons that he's had, his MVP seasons here, and so far he's already his scoring is up, believe it or not, so far this season. Yeah, he's getting the same rebounds, assists, he's doing it all, but the scoring is up here for Jokic right now. And yeah, the Nuggets hasn't been a perfect start, certainly with a couple losses here right now, and the Nuggets 0-4 so far against the spread. The Timberwolves, though, are just 1-3 against the spread so far this season. Yeah, both teams kind of neutral here as far as the totals are concerned, but the Nuggets have gone over so far in both of their road games this season. I'm showing handicappers heavy on the Nuggets here in this one. We know the Wolves look to be a little bit down here at this point, but see what you guys have here in this one with the Nuggets. See if I can find what I'm looking for. Here we go. All right, I'm going to be a big here on Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic as they continue to crush Jokic. Man, let's see what those scoring numbers were. I know he went off there in the game against Brooklyn. 29 points, 18 rebounds, 16 assists in that game. Insane here. So I don't know. The Nuggets, they should. Why wouldn't they win this game? I'm trying to figure out in my mind why this line is what it is. I mean, I think we're down on the Timberwolves so far this season, aren't they? Now, I know that there's a little bit of a trend here. You look at the last meetings between these two. Minnesota has covered 7 of the last 10 meetings here at home against the Nuggets, but they're favored here to win this game. So we know Denver maybe even plays a little better on the road, it seems like. I don't know. Maybe it might be a free play because maybe I'm missing something here. Let's take a look. Maybe this will be a final Wolves game. All right, here we go. I think we're ready. Nuggets and Wolves. Markel says, give me the Timberwolves. Thomas does like the over here. Public Enemy says, lay it. R. Tomps feels like kind of here with me in this one with the Nuggies. And Timberwolves first quarter for Justin here. Jermaine says he's got Ant to go over here. You know, they still got Ant. Obviously, Ant's in a great spot here. Julius Randle's in a good spot. Gobert's in a good spot. But Conley, it could be a little bit tougher. McDaniels, maybe a little bit tough. He's your low production man. So Robert does like the Timberwolves here in this one. And here's Robert saying he likes Randall to go over. I do too, I think. Yeah, for sure. So, all right. Nuggets and the Wolves. here. All right, man. I think I'm on the Nuggets here for my premium at this point. So just note, like I said, Nuggets on the road, maybe a little bit more lax defensively. Steam came in on the under, but I've got to go over here in this one with the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. All right. See what else we got here. One more game on the card. Chosen one. Hello, chosen one. He's got the Wolves here tonight. I think that's it from you guys. Appreciate it. All right, one more here. The Thunder and the Trailblazers. Ooh, look at this one. Thunder on the road, 11.5. They're coming in 4-0. So Thunder going to be the Thunder and the Cavs. The NBA Finals here after the first 2 weeks of the season. Those are the hottest teams for sure. Okay, obviously the Thunder come in 4-0, 3-1 against the spread. They didn't cover them all. It was the last game here a couple nights ago against the Spurs. They were laying 12.5, and they won by 12. So they're missing a perfect spread record by a half a point here thus far. Portland, though, 3-1-1 against the spread, despite a 2-3 record. You know, they're always going to be getting a bushel here so far this season. And they're going to be getting some points again here tonight. The Thunder have gone under in 3 of their 4 games so far, and including 0-2 to the under on the road. Portland's been a slight under so far as well, but they are 2-1 to the over at home so far. So this one does look like it could have a little bit of a lower score to me. The only guy I'd really even consider over props on, maybe Dort. I don't know if I like this matchup here nearly for anybody in this game. I'd probably look to fade some of these numbers. Let's take a look here and some of these trends. Oklahoma City has defeated Portland in 5 straight meetings here right now. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams in Portland have gone over, but the widely reported steam did come in on the under. Here comes the plays from the chat. Let's see what we got. We've got Thomas. He's on the Blazers here to cover. And Jermaine says, can't touch this. Justin says, give me the Trailblazers team total under here in this one. And Terrell says, that'd be a good, he said, that would be a great finals matchup aesthetically. It would be very good basketball, and it would be the lowest rated finals ever, and the networks would be mad. And they'd probably want to change the format or something if that happened. Could happen. All right, gang, let's see what you guys have here. I'm going to take the under as my play. I really want to. This might be a freemium here. I'm just not sure of the side here at this point. There's Keith Each Every Stride. I've changed his last name, by the way, to Each Every Stride because I love that. Keith, you should change your name to Each Every Stride. At first, I said Each and Every Stride when I kept looking at it. But now that we've become such great partners here, I know Keith Each Every Stride. That's his new last name. So we'll be together here in just about 6-7 hours or so. And Keith, I'm gonna if you want to send me a message, I'll send you a couple hundred here. Maybe we can get a ticket going for the action here today. Maybe we get some good partnership tickets. If you're up for that, let me know here. We could just play them separate too. No big deal. But again, I don't have. I'm dealing with the Vegas books here, which is fine. On the apps, a couple of them does have some good horse racing coverage, but I don't have TVG anymore. Can't get my TV. I do like when I was betting in the TVG account. It just felt easier to me as an old-time horse player a little bit. Now I'm having to use these apps here a little bit, and maybe a little bit of offshore. And one thing interesting here, mentioned to Keith and also to everyone joining us, yes, if you're playing on a pari-mutuel, if you're playing through, TVG or another form of pari-mutuel betting in your state, Don't forget to check your sports books though for fixed odds. You might be able to get some better prices or different derivatives on some of the races with your book. Just check your book and see. For a big event like this, you're going to see plenty of offerings from sports books that are, you know, uh, even matchups in these big races. So I think that's very interesting to know. An MMA guy here today. Hello, my friend, and he says no one's going to beat these Celtics right now. You're right. I mean, there's no doubt. MMA guy does feel like if the Celtics stay healthy, they're going to be in those finals and uh, just be a matter of if it's Celtics and Nuggets again, like MMA guy, it does feel that way. We're just trying to breathe some life into some other teams. Certainly, I think he can agree even with that as well. All right, Jermaine says Trailblazers team total over. And let's see here. Thomas, he likes the over in that Celtics game as well. Do we ended up with one consensus there on the Kings? Robert Franklin says Thunder to smack them around. I'm going to take the under as my play. That's going to do it for the NBA coverage today. Let's move on to hockey if you guys are okay with that and ready to roll here. Thank you for joining me here on the Morning Steam. Your first look at sports betting action live on YouTube. We got great shows all over the place coming up, but I always like to be first. I've changed my whole life to be here at 6 in the morning where I hated mornings. I might still. All right. Here we go. I'm ready for the hockey now. Let's get it going with Panthers and the Stars. This one is being played in Finland today. It will be an afternoon contest here in the United States at 2 p.m. Eastern and 11 a.m. here Pacific time with nearly a pick 'em here right now. Maybe the Stars are favored. Let me take a look at the line services here. No, in fact, I'm showing now the Panthers have moved to the slight favorite. Let me just flop them over here. They're probably not quite $1.15, but you know how it is at the square books. If they are favored, they're going to be $1.15 at some of them. So we'll just leave it at that. And the total here is 6 under 15, 6 under 20 here so far with I believe Bobrovsky here in net. I'll call up the old goalie computer now that, oh man, my life is so much more peaceful now that we fixed that. That computer was making that noise for 10 days or so, and I dealt with it. And I sat here and you guys made fun of me. MMA guy was making fun of me. Everybody was hearing it. It sounded like dogs barking. They said, and man, to be able to hand maybe no wonder I've had a couple of winning days after a losing streak there because of the computer was just driving me crazy. It was affecting my thought process. That's what it was. Couldn't concentrate. All right. Take a look at the score. A good rally here in the tennis match here right now. Zverev won that first set 7-5. So I'm going to need Tsitsipas here. It feels like to win this set here at this point to salvage this bet and try to take it to a third set. He might even need to win this one. He's going to have to break him for sure to keep me alive. It feels like here. Did play 7-5 in the first set, but Zverev got us there. Okay, here we go with the Panthers. Let me get to it. Panthers and the Stars here in Finland. You got so far the Stars coming in 7-2. They picked a good one, didn't they? Over there for a couple of games here. You got the Stars 7-2, the Panthers 7-3-1. Both teams clicking here thus far, doing a good job. Ottinger is confirmed in goal here. He's got a 2.21 goals against average. He did stop 22 of 24 shots in that win over Chicago in his last start last Saturday. So still cruising here is Ottinger. very, very strong so far. He's got a shutout here, and he's got a 94% save percentage. Wow, so far. Bobrovsky, good numbers. Goals against 2.96 and 89% save percentage. Not quite Jake Ottinger like in this one, but still pretty good numbers here. I'm showing handicappers preferring Florida in this game by about a 3-1 margin. Florida's gone over in 8 of 11 games so far this season. Meanwhile, Dallas has gone 2-5-2 to the under thus far, including, let's see here. I think that's fair. I think that's where we can cut it off. Maybe I can look at some of the trends in this series because there definitely is, I believe, a trend to the under here. Let me take a look. See what you guys have too in this one, and get a little bit of a matinee here for us to look at with Florida and Dallas. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone over so far. So, okay, that's interesting. Let's see what you guys have. See some comments on this one here as well. Let's see what we got. Yep, Thomas said we get that one here. And I want to say hello and welcome to my Dixie Wrecked.
Final.
Oh, I want to say it again. Nice to see you, Dixie. Great to have you here. Where is old E? Huh? We know Razor's on vacation right in the middle of the Breeders' Cup. That's what I said. He commented, he said, hey, I wish you guys would come on my show. Hey, don't go on vacation, Razor, when we got the $1 million races here. But I'm glad he's with his family and having a great vacation. No big deal. I thought he should take his family to Delmar. That's what I would do. They'll love it and you'll love it. First period over here for Robert. And I think Justin, he's wondering about the time change. He might be wondering about the time difference with Finland. What's that guy's name? I always see that comedian when I'm whipping through my phone. That Finnish comedian. He's pretty good. Okay, here. What's that guy's name, you guys? All right. Here we go. I'm looking for some plays. Here's Public Enemy on the Stars. Here in this one, look at Art Thompson on the Panthers. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you. All right. Yeah. I'm going to take the under actually as my play, but I think Art Thompson's feeling what I'm feeling with these Panthers here in this one. And let's see here. First period under here. Philly Eagle Fly's got quite a bit here. First period under 1.5, under 6.5 in regulation. Thank you, Philly Eagle Flyer, for that. And Robert McCormick, let's see here. Robert maybe going under, maybe leaning under here. All right. I guess that's it. Definitely there from you guys. Appreciate it. And I'm going to be going with the under here in this one. In Finland, Tampere, Finland. I'm going to look. I don't know much about Tampere, Finland here. So I'm going to read up on that city. I'm going to go to Wikipedia. Not right now. So thanks, Dixie. Good to have you. Yeah, please join us for that Breeders' Cup coverage here. You just got here. Let me say it again right now. We just had Keith in here as well, but if I could just reiterate it for everyone who wasn't here, we got 60 of you in here right now, but we will have live betting coverage of the Breeders' Cup World Championships today at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific, and again continue on with 9 more races tomorrow, right in the middle of all the college football, overlapping a little bit into the UFC as well. We're going to be running some double coverage here on our streams. Pretty good for our growing channel that we have 2 big shows. Look, Keith and I were just going to actually do the Friday show and then preview the Saturday show. But yeah, I kind of hey, if we're going to do Friday, it would be a great disservice not to do Saturday. So we're just going to do both for sure. All right, let's continue on though here with the NHL in this one. And we're going to take a look here right now. Next game, we're getting to the night card here with the Senators on the road against Igor Shesterkin and the Rangers. Wow, Rangers here. Great start, certainly, to the season. 6-2-1. The Senators come in 5-4, doing a nice job so far this season, no doubt. For Shesterkin here. Neither of these are confirmed. In fact, could be Olmark today in goal for Ottawa. Yeah, that's what I have listed. So Shesterkin, a 2.83 goals against, a 92% save percentage. 4-2-1 record. For Olmark, comes in with a 2-2 mark, 2.75 goals against, and a 90.5 save percentage so far this season. The Rangers have gone 1-3 to the under at home so far this season. You see them there, $1.90. Pardon me, gang. $1.90. That's a little high. It might be $1.80 here, $1.75. Total 6.5. Under 20 right now for sure. That is the line. Most of the places showing right now. Between these two teams, let's see here. Not much trend-wise between these two. So let's see what you guys have in this one with the Rangers. Big number here for sure, but I don't know. They might be okay here. Yeah, I went under, Justin, in the afternoon hockey game today. But I'm going to have a premium in this one. I think our Tomps already gave it away there a little bit. But see what we got here. No goal first 10 minutes for Philly Eagle Flyer. Is that in this one here? Let me just start here with Public Enemy going over here with the Rangers and the Senators. And let's see what else we got. That might be it from you guys in this one with the Senators and the Rangers. I'm going to lay the Rangers on the puck line here. Probably, what is it, $1.25 or something? Let me just call up my lines. Let me call up my book here a little bit. That's what I want to do is look at the actual live line. And the Rangers are at -1.5 at plus $1.35, not $1.25. Wow. Okay. Let me do it. I'm going to take the Rangers here on the puck line today with some plus money. I like that. All right. And maybe a couple more here. Nope. Okay, let's go. Islanders and the Sabres here in this one. The Islanders come in with a 3-5-2 record thus far. Buffalo 4-5-1 so far coming into this one. Got Buffalo doing a pretty good job here on the puck line so far, but just 2-2 as a puck line favorite. The Islanders 2-2 as a puck line dog, but so far the Islanders. Let me take a look here real quick, make sure this line. Yeah, Sabres still going to be favored here in this one. Buffalo's gone over 5-1-2 to the over thus far, but I don't know in this matchup. Islanders 3-1 to the over as an underdog, 2-3 to the under. On the road, handicappers on Buffalo by about a 3-1 margin. It feels like here so far, and take a look at the series history between these two teams. The teams have gone under in 8 of the last 12 meetings here in Buffalo, and they've also gone under in 5 straight meetings. So, do you have a Buffalo team definitely going over so far? Islanders going over on the road, but Buffalo has won 5 straight here at home against the Islanders, and they've also covered the puck line in 5 straight against the Isles. So, see if you guys have a pick here. In this one, Isles and Buffalo. Our Thompson's on Buffalo here in this one. Man, we're seeing things good here. Our Tops today, I think. I'm on the under here. I'm going to kind of buck that trend a little bit. I kind of think the series history might be more in play when you're talking about the Islanders and Buffalo here than maybe what we've seen with Buffalo thus far. If you look at the Luukkonen so far expected in goal. Luukkonen 3.3 goals against and 89% save percentage. Sorokin, though, 1.8 goals against so far and a 93% save percentage. And the Islanders, pardon me, the Islanders are having a few issues here, certainly scoring here at this point. So give me the under here in this one. I'm already showing cappers kind of favoring the under, it feels like to me. So, all right. I think we have a few more comments here, maybe in this one. What was it? Philly Eagle Flyers talking on that. Here's the Sabres game from Philly Eagle Flyer. Sabres money line looking under, full game draw. All right. Thomas Lewis saying full game draw. You could do that. Public Enemy on the Sabres as well. All right, we're whipping through this show here already at the bottom of the hour. Jets and Blue Jackets here in this one in Columbus tonight with Vic Shore, Connor Hellebuck parentheses here. There you go. All right. For the Jets coming in, they're definitely one of the hottest teams around. We know they finally tasted defeat a couple of games back, but they're 9-1 so far this season. Are the Jets? Columbus has done a nice job, no doubt. 5-3-1. They've been one of the big surprises of the league so far, no doubt about it. They are 8-1 on the puck line so far this season. And they've been an underdog every time. 8-1, and they're an underdog every time. And here you are again with Columbus. Now they're charging you big time to get on this puck line, plus 1.5 at minus 160 here today. But it's certainly tough to ignore right now how well Columbus has done. Staying in games, they're not winning them all, but they are super competitive so far. Elvis is 2-2. If he, I'm showing right now. Let me check this. I want to look at the goalies here and see if I have a change here because I thought Tarasov could be in there. That may change things a little bit, but Tarasov's been just as fine. It feels like so far as Merzlikins here. Elvis could get the start. I'm not sure. I'm not sure it matters right now. Columbus is doing such a terrific job, but that price is kind of high here. Jets $1.75 right now, I think. No, maybe that $1.85 is actually closer to the real price here so far. So let's see what you might have in this one with these two teams. There are some trends that certainly might favor Columbus here right now. They did win. Let's see. They won. Oh, the last meeting here was a Jets victory, 6-1. Columbus did win here 3-1 last year in February. So I don't know. It feels like a mixed bag in the series history between these two teams. See what you guys want to do. But again, just so far, both teams trending over for sure. You got Columbus 6-3 to the over thus far. Winnipeg 6-3-1 to the over in this one. So let's take a look here. And we have, here we go, Jets and Blues, Public Enemy, going over here in this one. I've got to take the plus, the plus 1.5 at minus 160. That's what I'm doing. I can't pass on that 8-1. Look, either way, right? If you lay the Jets, it's $1.75. You guys, you get. I'm always going to give a standard. Like I said, 175. You want to take them into regulation and lower the price, I'm okay with that too. It's not something I'm necessarily going to give out here, but I don't mind it. I might do it too privately, but just want to give our most solid sides here a little bit. I'm going to take the Blue Jackets on the puck line here for sure, but Chase says I like a draw here, so that if anything, that kind of favors Columbus also. All right, let's see here. Jermaine says he's surprised the Jets aren't $2. I think it's, again, you look at that puck line, Jermaine, I think a lot of people are noting what I'm saying here about Columbus playing pretty decent hockey for sure. I love this, Doge. How about it? We're underway in the college season. St. Cloud State $1.45 over uh, BC. Of course, for me, and again, I want to, now that I'm here, I'll probably look at college hockey later on. But for me, the season doesn't. The first half of the season for me gets lost in college hockey a little bit, but the season doesn't start for me until the Bean Pot. You know what I'm talking about, Doge. All right. Here we go. Blue Jackets here for Chase. Going to do that same thing. Robert McCormick says, Blue Jackets money line. I'll take him at home, he says. I don't mind that, Robert, at all, actually. Jets have been great, no doubt about it. Ron Young says, take this game to go over. I probably will be, my friend. Feels like an over for Philly Eagle Flyer. All right, I think that's it for this one. We're cooking here. We're cooking with gas. Lightning and the Wild in this one. Here's a good game. It feels like here right now with the Wild on the road here. I mean, oh no, Wild at home. I'm sorry. Let me get this straight. Wild 6-1-2. This is the other featured matchup of the day for sure. Wild come in 6-1-2. Tampa comes in 7-3. You got two of the hottest goaltenders as well. It feels like so far. Minnesota, they are 0-2 on the puck line at home, but they're going to be. Are they going to be a dog here? Oh, it's close. You might even call this one a pick 'em here at this point. So I don't know. You might want to throw out some of those puck line numbers here at this point. See, I'm getting an injury update here. Let me take a look at this. Voronkov, he's going to be upgraded here to probable for Columbus tonight, the left winger. All right, that one just in. Lightning and the Wild here in this one. For the let's see, Minnesota has won 10 of the last 11 meetings at home between these two teams. So Lightning playing well, but Minnesota also doing well, and they own this series pretty much right now. It feels like these two teams, not much to go in terms of over under. They're kind of split so far, but Tampa Bay is 4-1 to the over on the road. Despite being 5-4-1 to the over overall. Tampa's been an under big time at home, but an over big time on the road. All right, gang, let's see if you guys have comments here or picks in this one, the Lightning and the Wild. Good game. Gonna see here with, I think, Jermaine, this might be an under here. Public Enemy likes the under here for sure. I'm not sure I do. R. Toms likes it under. Okay. And hello to Gravy Bets here as well. Nice to have you. Yeah, me and Gravy. It looks like you were talking that. Let's see. Yeah, on the wrong side. Maybe it was that other game. Hey, I got some Euro basket steam. I know you guys like that a little bit. Zalgiris plus 1.5 here today. Taking some steam here. Who they playing? Zalgiris taking on Monaco. That one's going to move down to a pick'em here, it feels like right now. 5 games on the EuroLeague slate today. I don't know if I can get around to that. I do like to play some EuroLeague. I mean, after all, you see, the games on ESPN Plus. So I do like that. I do like that competition, and I'll be getting into some picks here in EuroLeague in the weeks to come. It feels like. But maybe won't get there today. All right, I'm going to go on the over. Here's my free play. I was thinking about it as a premium, but look, I've got Public Enemy on the under, R. Tops on the under. Robert McCormick does like the Wild here, even lay a goal. I like that. I think I like that. Okay, I'm going to take the over with the Lightning and the Wild. The team's playing well, it feels like. And like I said, Tampa Bay, I think that might be the qualifier there for me going over there in that one. All right, let's see what else we got here. I think that's it for you guys on that game. Let's take a look now at the Devils taking on the Flames here. I've got Wolf there listed, but I think we've already seen the official announcement for the Flames in goal. Let me take a look at this. If not, it might not be. I think Vladar, I'm going to change that for sure. You don't see me change these too often. And again, I think I'm right on about 90% of those ones where we don't know. And again, mostly we usually don't know, but I'm going to switch to Vladar here from what I see. Two of the three sites listing Vladar. So that might be good enough for me right now. I'll look at Vladar in goal here for the Flames, taking on the Devils in the nightcap out west, 9:07 Eastern, 6:07 Pacific here right now for Vladar. He comes in currently, his numbers show a 3.97 goals against, 2-2-1 record, and 89.5% save percentage for Markstrom. Good numbers here, 2.67 goals against, a 90% save percentage, and a 5-3-1 record thus far. New Jersey 7-4-2 so far. Calgary 5-4-1 here, but the Devils a big favorite in this one. Devils have gone over in 6 of their 9 games as a favorite so far this season, and Calgary's gone 3-1-1 to the over at home, but I don't know if that's going to necessarily be the case in this one. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams in Calgary have gone over. Calgary's covered the puck line in 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams. See if you guys have anything here with New Jersey and Calgary, and the hockey's going to be done for us today. Philly Eagle Flyer, I think, likes the over here in this one. And I might, like I said, I had uh, the other goalie in there, and now let me see here because I think I wanted to go under in this game, quite frankly. And I think that's what I'm going to do. If it's 6.5, let me look at the line here real quick on that goalie switch and see. 165, 170 here for the Devils. Total definitely 6.5 or so. Give me the under tonight with New Jersey and Calgary as my play. I might be on the Flames again. Like I said, Flames, I feel like they've done a pretty good job. Yeah, 5-4-1, but again, they've been on a losing pardon me, on a losing streak here right now. Robert McCormick says he likes the Devils here to lay. He says lay it with the Devils here in this one. And our Tom went with the under. All right. Am I losing my voice here? I hope not. We got a big show. Here's Mr. Vape with a little more. Thank you, Mr. Vape. I mentioned some Euro League, so Mr. Vape said he wanted to get involved here a little bit with Panathinaikos. They are a favorite here on the road against Red Star today, minus 3.5 right now, and a total of 161.5. He says lay Panathinaikos here at minus 1.5 first half, and the team total over. Thank you. Public Enemy liking the Devils here in this one. Okay, you guys like the Devils here. I see it. I get it. Calgary on this losing streak right now. I haven't lost 4 in a row here to Utah, Vegas, Winnipeg, and Carolina. Pretty tough schedule here, and Devils coming in pretty big number. So we'll see tonight. All right. Thanks, Public Enemy. And thank you, everybody, for the hockey. Let's go to a little bit of college football. Then we'll get out of here. Appreciate everyone joining me. And don't forget, come on back in about, it's official now. Come back here in about 7 hours. And we will be ready to have that Breeders' Cup coverage with me and Keith each every stride. Here is new last name. All right. Oh, look at this consensus play on the Devils here. Thank you, Thomas. We got a consensus hockey play. All right. Okay, I'll take the under consensus on the Devils. Maybe I'll just lay off the Flames. Take my chat's advice. That's what I need to do. All right. I'm going to get rolling here with the college football is, I think Zverev has I think he broke Tsitsipas. I think I'm going to end up with a loser there. I will say they're about, coming up next there. I did not have a pick on the Holger Rune Alex de Minaur match, but I do think it's probably going to go over. I think that one. Look, it's in fact the move has been consistent on de Minaur here. He opened $1.25. He's up to $1.50. I'd almost start to want to trend back towards Rune here. Probably, I maybe go over here. Maybe it will go 3 sets. I think it's a little closer than what those odds are moving there. Maybe check on it, see if Rune's health status. All right, let's go to college football here right now. Thank you for bearing with me, gang. We're going to start off with Georgia State taking on UConn. In this one, you got UConn, a touchdown favorite tonight against Georgia State. We roll here. Handicappers so far going to be heavy, it feels like, on Connecticut. I'm showing it almost unanimous so far. Seen a handful of guys that I appreciate so far on Connecticut in this one. They come in 5-3. Georgia State 2-5. They've lost 4 in a row here right now. Georgia State also just 2-5 against the spread. Connecticut is 3-1-1 against the spread as a favorite so far this season. Total here at 48. Spread at 8. Total of 47.5 or 48 here, it looks like, in this one. For Connecticut here, they've won 4 of their last 5 games right now. As I mentioned, they're also Georgia State won last year. Let me see, 35-14. Georgia State got the win as a 3-point favorite at home in that one. Georgia State rushed for 250 yards in that game. UConn 6-2 against the spread under Mora as a home favorite here right now. UConn has gone under in 3 straight games. Georgia State, with that 4-game losing streak, they've allowed nearly 32 points per game in those games. Like I said, they run the ball. They like to run the ball. They've run the ball here for about 200 yards in the last 2 games coming into this one. So far, Sunbelt teams here are 10-6 against the spread in non-conference games this season. Georgia State 13-8 against the spread last 21 as a road underdog, but they do struggle defensively, no doubt. The widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game. And Georgia State did beat Vanderbilt. I will mention they were 8.5-point dogs, but they beat Vanderbilt 36-32. They've gone 3-1-1 to the over in their last 5. Let's see if you guys are interested in Georgia State and Connecticut here. And let's see here. Robert does like Connecticut here in this one. I agree with Robert here, but I got some premiums, if you know what I mean. And let's see, Art Tom's here, liking the over in this one. I think Thomas says he's teasing Connecticut here. All right, I'm taking the under here with Georgia State and Connecticut in this one, but I think I might be having a little premium action, if you know what I mean. Michelangelo's here today. He likes UConn. Lay these points. Let me update my little sheet here to reflect the -8 now. Definitely -8 everywhere. So, all right, yeah, I'm gonna go under. I see Art Tom's there on the over. I like under. I think here in this one. But again, look at that Georgia State Vanderbilt, 36-32, 70 points. All right, maybe I'm just trusting the move here on the total. Actually, it hasn't moved that much. The widely reported steam did come in on the under, and I'm showing handicappers here favoring the under, maybe about 62%. Okay, I'm going to take the under in this one. Let's keep it going here. Just a few games here tonight. 3 games on tap. Actually, I'm going to mention this one here. I don't think I'm going to check my numbers here, but I don't have anything yet. I do think I will have a VIP play going out here, Yale and Columbia tonight. Just want to mention this Ivy League matchup here. Yale on the road, a 2-point favorite. All right, well, look at the big board here, though, right now. With South Florida taking on Florida Atlantic. South Florida comes in 3-4. Florida Atlantic coming in to this one right now with a 2-5 record here coming in. You got a Florida Atlantic team so far. That is both teams actually 3-4 against the spread. South Florida 2-1 against the spread on the road. We'll note South Florida has gone over in their 2 true road games thus far this season. FAU's 3-1 to the over. Let me get this straight here. South Florida has gone 2-0 to the over as a favorite so far this season. They're favored here. They were favored by as many as 4 points, but the move here is to Florida Atlantic. South Florida now a 2.5-point favorite. Total is at 47.5. This one has moved down a good 7 points in this one. And I don't know, is that for good reason or not? Like I said, you do have Florida Atlantic 3-1 to the over as an underdog. South Florida 2-0 to the over as a favorite. I think this creates a tremendous amount of value here in this one. So let's see if you guys have anything with South Florida taking on Florida Atlantic. All right, let's see if the chat, not too much, it looks like here. Oh, Thomas went with Yale. All right. I'm going to write Thomas's pick down right here. TL on Yale. Here's Thomas also on South Florida here today. And what do I got? Also, Wine Time. Hello, Wine Time. Getting ready for a big college football weekend. All right. I think I'm going to have to make my pick. Look, I think you got what I'm doing here maybe with my premium play. I was wondering if I have to use it here because maybe I'm hemming and hawing a little bit between these two on this on this total right now. We know Florida Atlantic does play much better defense at home here, and the move is on Florida Atlantic here, it feels like, and that's kind of the way I want to go. Let me look at the market here real quick, see if they can sway me to the road favorite, but I don't think they can. All right. Give me FAU here in this one. We're not getting 4 anymore, so yeah, it makes sense to make it my complimentary selection here on the morning's team. Take the points. All right. Thomas is like, hey, our Toms did go with Florida Atlantic here in this one. And let's see, Wine Time says he's going a little high school. Hey, I don't mind that. Let me see what Wine Time said here. A little high school action here tonight. He's going to Wilson High in Long Beach. It'll be Wilson taking on Lakewood. All right. I like to see that. Awesome, Wine Time. Yep, we're here. I think it's the last week. I know it's the last week of the regular season here right now in high school football. I know that. I was on that show last night watching the Jets game with the guys. And you know what? I tuned in to a little high school game after. Caught the second half of a few teams. This is how I do it. I caught the second half of a few teams not even going to the playoffs. I'm just watching them here and saw a game last night. What is it? I was even taking some notes on it, writing a little story for my website. 38-21. All right, let me see. I almost want to make a prediction here with the Wilson and Lakewood game. How about it? Let me see here. I want to make a prediction here for Wine Time. I think on this play just to see if I can get it right.
Play.
There it is. Let me call up my system play here for this game between Wilson and Lakewood. Here we go. Let's see if I can do it. And let's see, who are they taking on here? All right. It might be a little, I mean, it's a little bit out of my section here, certainly, but I'm going to do it. Let's see here. Who is favored to win this one? Oh, boy. Okay. Team play. Lakewood probably favored in this game wine time by about 10 here. And the total here, maybe 58, I'm going to say. Where's the game at, you said? It's at Wilson. So I'm going to say, I'm going to take, if I can get Wilson in 10 points, maybe I'll take him here. Maybe it should be a 7-point spread here in this one. How about at wine time? I'm going to say it's a 7-point game tonight. I'm going to call it somewhere in the range of Lakewood 31, Wilson 27. How about it? See how I do. Remind me, I'm not going to write it down, but all right. Here we go. Our tops with Florida Atlantic, and Michelangelo went with Florida Atlantic. I'm on Florida Atlantic here in this one. Thank you, Wine Time. Appreciate it. Okay. He did say Lakewood should be the favorite, so I think I got that part right. I was checking out the records, what I know there. Nasty Nate's going to a big high school game. Give me the matchup, Nate. Okay. Here we go. He's got a big matchup right there. Oh, Florida Atlantic consensus. Got to interrupt here. Florida Atlantic consensus play. Oh, man, if I'd have known that, I'd have given out the total. That's okay. I'll roll with Florida Atlantic here in this one. All right. And I'm going to, after I get done with that coverage, I'm going to watch some more high school games tonight, too. I hope everyone gets, let me see. Okay, let me see. It says in Rhode Island action. I don't know if I can. Yeah, I'm pretty much just a California guy with making the picks here, I think. Thanks, Nate. All right, here we go with my San Diego State Aztecs tonight. I'm taking them plus 24 points against Boise State. I think they have the defense to kind of. Now, look, there's going to be. Gentry's going to be getting a big load, if you know what I mean, here tonight against San Diego State. But I'm going to take the Aztecs plus 24 points against Boise. I think they'll be looking to run their running back here into the ground a little bit. Whether or not they can pull off a big number like this, I'm not so sure. The Aztecs have already covered 3 games so far, 4 games. They're 4-3 against the spread, 2-1 against the spread on the road. I think that's going to be, that alone might be good enough for me to be able to cover 24 points here in this one. Boise's gone over in 5 of their 7 games so far. Also over in all 3 home games so far this season. San Diego State's been an under team for sure. They're also 1-4 to the under as an underdog so far this season. But I'm taking 24 points with the Aztecs here on the road. They're not great. We know that straight up. Aztecs, though, 4-3. Boise 4-3. So I don't know if there's a 24-point difference between these two teams. They haven't played that different, that much of a just strength of schedule, I guess is what I'm trying to say for the most part. Now, San Diego State did lose to Washington State last time out, 29-26. They still got the money and getting 17. So they did lose to Cal by 21, getting 19.5. This one could be similar, but they are getting 24 here in this one. So Boise won last year, 34-31 at San Diego State. San Diego State got the money in that one. So, all right. And, no bias here in this one. I just think that, look, San Diego State knows what they're getting into. They still have an okay defense, I feel like, at this level. So I'm going to take my Aztecs here plus 24 points. Even I'll do that. Thomas says, give me San Diego State. Justin says, give me San Diego State as well. It does feel like, Thomas, that it feels like at this point, Genty did have kind of pedestrian game for him last time. With he could have broke some longer, it felt like, and they kind of caught him. So you got to keep rolling with monster numbers here. Remember, not even Marshall Falk won the Heisman when he was with San Diego State, and he was destroying some of these numbers. Robert McCormick, San Diego State here as well. Let's take the Aztecs. Man, we might have went consensus here with San Diego State. All right. I think that's going to do it here for the morning steam. Let me go get some caffeine in me or some soda pop or something like that to clear my throat here so far. And that's going to do it on the show. Please, folks, join us here today on the Sports Money Network at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific. It'll be myself and Keith each every stride. We will be going with Breeders' Cup action. I'm ready to go. I've got pages full of notes here so far, Keith. So let's have at it today. Join us on the show here for the Breeders' Cup. There'll be 5 races today. All 2-year-olds here at the Breeders' Cup in Del Mar. Today's 2-year-old day. The young horses here to see. You're always going to have interesting to see the younger horses here and the future stars, right? Because when you look at a race, for example, like the juvenile, you're basically looking at the winner, almost an automatic Kentucky Derby favorite for next season. Whoever wins that race, a lot of usually doesn't work out. A lot of things happen between now, but between now and then, but usually that's the case. And you got, some plays in there. I'll definitely be firing away with Keith here on some of these, on all the races for sure. So make sure you join us today at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific. The first race, I believe, starts at 5:45. So we'll be on right away. We're going to get right into the action. There'll be plenty of time in between races. We'll not only, here's what I wanted to say. I don't think I said it clearly before. So we will have I think so, Robert, especially San Diego State. They know what to do, right? San Diego State's had a pretty good defense for sure. We got it, Thomas? Did we do a consensus with San Diego State? So when we get to that Breeders' Cup coverage, look, Keith is sophisticated. He really knows his stuff. I've been around. We will, dive into some of the intricacies of handicapping, but also because it's our first show here of horse racing coverage on Sports Money Network, other than Mikey throwing down on harness racing sometimes, I'm sure, on some streams. But we're also going to kind of cater to new fans a little bit too. So we'll be explaining things a little bit to some, if you're a little bit inexperienced on how it works. Because for some people, who are just kind of new to the sports betting game, or if they're younger here, like maybe some of our audience as well, they might not even be as familiar with parimutuel betting. But these pools are so big, man. It's not like when you head out there with Mikey to the straps and you see some horse at 99-1 with 5 minutes before post time, and then Mikey goes to the window, and then it's 2-5, and everybody wonders what happened. We got huge pots here. And hey, if you could hit some, maybe we'll be like Razor. Maybe we'll go for 40K here tonight. All right. Great, Thomas. I'll see you then here. We'll have a great day. FAU and San Diego State, where the consensus plays. Thanks, everybody, for joining me here on the morning steam. We got a long show tomorrow. Maybe we're going to eliminate some of the teams that might not be bowl eligible. We might knock off a few games in college football tomorrow, make it a little bit lower because we got hockey and basketball as well. Don't forget, college basketball starts on Monday. I hope you're ready for college basketball. Here's the schedule. Page 1, page 2, Page 3. Page 4. College basketball. That's like 50 games at least right there. Yeah, there's an extra board, but we'll have plenty of college It's sports betting season. This is where you're going to want to hook up with me. Yeah, Thomas, bring on the youngsters here, Thomas. You're going to want to hook up with me at Winnable, especially for college basketball season. Look, I use a lot of data. I use a lot of market research. College basketball is very hard. So pick me up over there at Winnable. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off all the premium pick packages over there. Over at Winnable. Sign up for my free package as well. You get free picks from me. Click the QR code in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. That's going to do it for me here on the Morning Steam. Join us for that coverage here today. Don't forget, First Strike is out as well with the guys putting their 4-pack together. Join them over there on our channel here. Get the UFC previews. I did my UFC previews this week with VB and with Uncle Weezy. Check those out on YouTube, and we'll be back tomorrow as well. Not only for that Breeders' Cup coverage, Morning Steam as well. Also, UFC live coverage from Edmonton of the card there as well this weekend. And don't forget, Mikey's here today as well, I believe, with pre-gaming. We're going to kind of preempt him a little bit. We'll have duplicate streams, but you got to get all of Mikey's primetime plays in there as well. All right, that's going to do it. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to go prep for the show. So thank you for joining me here on the Morning Steam. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 Pacific. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Can't escape from the team called the Morning Steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.